no matter what. I am feeling great.
Welcome once again to all of you to Godlywood Studio and to our new program, Light of Knowledge. We have been going through the journey of knowledge, and it has been a wonderful experience to me, and I think you will also share the same experience, because whenever we discuss about knowledge, many areas in our mind opens up, which has been shadowed until this time. So our aim in this program is to remove those shadows which make the path of our life a little bit difficult. So today also we are going to talk about another wonderful aspect of knowledge. What is the connection between knowledge and wisdom? We have heard the word wisdom, and it is said, every day is a new beginning for a wise man. So what is this wisdom? How do we acquire wisdom? Is it the same as intelligence, or is there a difference? There are a lot many things we need to know about this term. So come, let us start this discussion on knowledge on the topic of wisdom. And as usual, we have Rupa Behenji with us to discuss and to take us into wonderful intricacies of this knowledge. Let us welcome her. Rupa Behenji, welcome to this show once again.
Thank you.
So we have been discussing a lot about knowledge, and today I think we will take up the topic, the relationship between knowledge and wisdom. Actually, what is wisdom? Do we have a definition for that?
To my understanding, a person who is wise, who has wisdom in himself, first of all, he will be very matured person. It doesn't mean what age and how much he has studied, how many books he has studied, that doesn't mean. But the wisdom makes his life more meaningful. Secondly, a person who has got wisdom, he is more useful in the society to all people because he can guide others towards right path. Third thing I feel, wise person never chooses something negative or wrong because the wisdom itself is allowing him to choose right. He himself will become leader in the world. And people
Benji,
will just...
you said about maturity. So how does these two things connect? How do I know that this person is matured?
A person who has got maturity of mind, in the sense he values his life and others' life, and in front of him any situation arises, whether it is good or bad, he knows how to handle it. And second most important thing is he can handle all kinds of people because he understands others' limits and their abilities and how to take them towards a journey and to a task. And therefore we see people who are struggling to get mixing with people or make people work, or there is something difficult to adjust with each other, there is something missing. Therefore we see leaders are very few, followers are many.
So
And
actually
wise
wisdom
people
is
are...
a leadership quality.
Yeah, wise people are less, few, but knowledgeable people are many. So knowledge can be acquired by books, by lectures, by hearing, and so many ways, but wisdom is being awakened within. A wise person thinks before doing. Knowledge can make me intelligent, but may not make me wise. So therefore knowledge has to be transformed into wisdom by reflection, by practically applying that. And therefore many times we see people who are well learned people, we say, but he commits many mistakes. Then we wonder, how is this possible? Such a good learned person, and how did he can do this mistake? It happens, it is happening. That is because at that time the wise thinking When I say wise thinking means what I have to do, what I not to do.
What we can do to become wise? Because I think there are no schools which teaches wisdom. There are schools which teaches many branches of knowledge, but I haven't heard about a school who teaches wisdom. So, what can we do to attain wisdom?
See, so far what all the knowledge we are acquiring, it's like you can visualize a tree with many branches. If I am interested in one branch, I hold that very tightly and I feel, oh, this is the end. Oh, I have learned so many things. When I see, no, another branch is more important and it's giving more benefit, then I jump into that and I hold that branch and finally hanging here and there, but there is so much of imbalance in my life. The imbalance between what I have acquired the knowledge and what I am doing. What I speak and what I do. What I promise, but what I am not able to do it. A wise person, the wisdom means what he thinks, what he speaks, it translates into action. And he thinks something authentic. The wise thinking means what? What is able to happen, that's what I think. And I try to do that, I speak the same, and that's how that gives more happiness. And people can believe that persons. And that's why we are searching such leaders who can do. And doing again with the support of absolute truth. And wisdom is awakened with right understanding.
Right understanding in the sense, right knowledge or knowledge about what?
So here we see, as I gave the example, different branches of the tree, I hold on one branch and that is okay. Then again I jump into another branch. Like that, how much of so many branches knowledge I just go on acquire and finally I don't know the root of the seed from where I can really get everything in essence. And that's why today scholars who have got PhDs, many subjects, they spend years together and finally they say, oh, this subject we have done, but still there is something else to understand. So we focus towards ourselves, and what we have to do, a wise thinking in the sense, the wisdom makes us understand spontaneously any situation arises, what to do and what not to do. At that time you cannot go and open the book and search for the solution. It is not possible, and that's where we fail. And wisdom is awakened with the deeper level.
A wise person is able to think right at the right time.
Yes.
He doesn't
and
waste
do
time.
At right time with right people and right situation. For example, I know to get angry is wrong, but when the situation is demanding, I lose my temper and become yielded to my negative emotion and I burst out. And after that has happened, then I think what I did was wrong. It is not a wise thinking. Before I could do that mistake, if I hold myself, I control myself, I take care of my
That is
emotion, that
wisdom.
is called a wise person's decision.
But Behenji, there are two stages. I am here where I think afterwards it has happened. And then there is a stage here when I understand beforehand what is about to happen and I act in a proactive manner. So, how to reach from here to here?
That is why we have to have a visualization of the sequences which will take place. For example, if I get angry because the person who is working with me has committed wrong, but if I burst out, what will be the consequences next day? If I am aware of that, then I can control myself and I will choose what way to handle that person. This is called wise thinking. But spontaneously I burst out and let us see what is going to happen, then I cannot handle that situation positively.
I think we should train ourselves a bit to reach this stage.
Yeah, for that awareness is necessary and positive input, and also negativity when it is attacking me, how to handle the negative situation with positive awareness, that knowledge is important. In our day-to-day life so far, when everything is fine, we are also fine. But anything which is coming in front of me as negative situation, negative people, atmosphere, at that time I fail to overcome that. Then we say, okay, this is all nice to hear, nice to talk about,
but it's
not so
practical.
easy to do it. For example, if I decide today, what may happen, I will be peaceful. What may happen, I will talk only truth. Then people think it's nice to hear, but is it possible? That is possible with the person who has got wisdom. The wisdom gives strength internally. Knowledge gives information. Wisdom strengthens me. And it's like power.
How does this knowledge which we hear change to wisdom? It is through just thinking about it again and again?
No, knowledge which has to be transformed into wisdom means I have to practice, experiment. And many times we see, to acquire the wisdom, something we have to see and learn, something we have to hear and learn, something we have to listen deeply, and something we have to practice and get it. The source of knowledge, the seed of knowledge, to whom we say knowledgeful, that is the Almighty, and we hear the godly knowledge, and in that each day a beautiful guidance will be there. If we carefully listen to that, that's not enough just listening, but after that whole day, if we are able to practice, and whenever each situation is in front of me, in that situation I apply that knowledge, because knowledge is just for knowing. Second part of knowledge is practical. Like in a laboratory, scientist sits and experiments and then come out of it something. So life is also like that. If we want to make our life more meaningful and come out of all miseries, then take the knowledge one point. For example, I am peaceful soul. At this time I don't have peace. But first of all, knowledge is giving me the awareness, you are not this body, you are a soul. You are in this material body, but soul is basically invisible, eternal energy, and that's having peace in it. How is this? You contemplate, reflect, and while acting in the day-to-day life, coming in contact with people, try with that awareness, and you see, you will experience that. That's called experiment.
We need to do this experimentation on a regular basis so
Yeah,
that we become...
like that, so many areas are there. So a wise person is an asset in the society. And anybody can go and take the help of him, because he will never guide a person with just information base. And that's why we search for people who are wise, who have wisdom, and they become naturally the guide or the light in the world of darkness. When I don't know what to choose and what not to choose, then I can rely upon such people who have got this wisdom, and therefore they become leaders for many naturally.
We will all do some experimentation on a regular basis so that we can become wise and become a leader in any field which we are taking up. Behenji, I think it is now time to listen to the question from the public.
I am Anjali Kukar, a practicing advocate from Punjab and Haryana High Court, Chandigarh. My question is regarding how to improve and control self.
This question itself is giving a query about self, right? So here the knowledge and awareness is essential. First of all, I need to know what is self. Self is consisted of what? When I see my existence of external self, and this is visible, and controlling this physical body, some things are under my control, some things are not under control. It's like a machine working. But there is something else I want to control. That's the question. she has asked, right?
Mm.
So self, as I told before, we are the eternal power of point of light. In many words we say soul, energy, power, conscious, whatever the word we use. The energy is living in this body and that's controlling this physical body also. Now here developing and controlling. First of all, the external self, these external senses is also under the control of internal self.
Mm.
Eyes cannot see by its choice. Something else is guiding the eyes to see this and not that.
Mm.
Mouth, I speak something, I eat something. Eating, just I don't put anything in my mouth. Somebody is choosing. I can speak the words I choose before I speak. Who is choosing? Somebody inside. And that someone is that invisible energy, I. So I have to control myself in the sense I is consisted of feelings, thoughts, emotions, and also some of the impressions. And this sometimes is not in order and not able to understand properly, then I feel I am confused. Sometimes my thoughts are disturbing me. Sometimes my past habit system is disturbing me. Sometimes I am not able to choose right thing or too many choices. I don't know what to take and what not to take. Then that is disturbing. And this is where a person gets confused. And for that we need to understand the self in a better way and keep all this energy and also the power what we have, like power to think, power to judge, and power to do what I want, and power to keep in my memory. What to keep in my memory and what not to keep in my memory. This is very important. And what to think through my mind, what not to think. So once we have this understanding clear, then I can develop. See, development is using these energies in a right way, in a constructive way, where I can get in return happiness, where I can get in return what I want. It's not that mind is there, anything I can think. I don't know what to think. Intellect is there. I don't know how to choose. I'm not using my intellect power all over because intellect needs wisdom here. See, here comes the wisdom. Mind can get information and it can throw so many information to the intellect, but intellect can only decide right and wrong with the base of wisdom. Wisdom is guidelines. This is right, this is wrong. This you can go, this you don't go. Here you can choose, this you don't choose. If you choose this, this is what you get. A clear picture.
So this is how we control and develop
So
ourselves.
first step is to have the awareness of inner self clearly and then choose the inner powers to use in what way I want to use and then show the path where to use, then automatic development will come.
She can take help of the free course which we are giving,
Definitely.
so that she first understand what is the basis of all this self,
Yes,
and
yes.
then develop
See,
later
a
on.
driver sitting in the car, he wants to control, but before controlling, he should be aware of the parts of the vehicle.
So first this awareness, and then
Awareness
it
is
will
very,
help me to
yes,
develop in
yes.
life. So I think that question has answered very clearly. Now Benji, now we are going into the last part of our program.
Acquiring knowledge, when I am having the attitude of acquiring the valuable knowledge, that leads to the part of the wisdom. Because without having the acquiring nature, I don't show the interest, then I don't get anything. So attitude of acquiring is very important, and what to acquire and what not to acquire. Simply I have to study, simply I have to read, I open any book, I open any newspaper, I open anything. That's like filling my inner self with so much of unwanted information. That's also again trouble, because whatever you feel again you have to throw out. if it is not useful. Therefore, here also again the choice is very important. Then the virtue what we have to practice is the flexibility. Because I can learn something from you, I can learn something from a small child also. For that I need to be very flexible, because many times what happens, people who are so well learned, or without that also, if I admit myself, I know everything,
then I don't learn.
Then I don't learn, I don't acquire anything, and I will be in a small boundary where I am feeling I am okay in this, but world will be very big outside. There are so many things to learn and develop ourselves. So if I don't open up that, for that we need the virtue of flexibility.
Even after knowing this, when I look into myself, I think I know I need to learn and grow, but still sometimes I get confined into my own old way of thinking and this lack of flexibility or whatever. So, how to remind myself again and again? At times we forget to be
That's
flexible
because you
and
see,
learn.
we love ourselves very much. Everybody
That's very true.
likes individual very much, and whatever I have learned, I feel this is very important. But apart from that, let us come out of that. What others have learned, maybe they have learned from years together, and quickly I can get within no time. Then it's a benefit. So, this attitude is very important to take something from others. So, I did not spend longer time. Na? I can just ask and get it. Then it is easy benefit for me. So, for that I need flexibility. And second thing, more than what I have learned, there are so many pearls and diamonds in others also. So let me see that search, and accepting them for our development is very important.
Benji, thanks a lot for sharing all this information. And before we wind up, I think, can we have a little bit of reflection as we do in every episode?
Sit in a comfortable position. Just focus your attention towards the point of light seated in the center of your forehead. I understand I am a point of light, and this life is very meaningful, valuable, when I make myself filled with knowledge which gives me wisdom. Now I allow my mind to be easy, more flexible, to receive wisdom from others, wisdom from God the Almighty, which makes my life easygoing. I do love myself. I love whatever I have learned, but I respect what others have learned. By others' experience, I gain more wisdom in less time, which will be helpful in many situations, not only to me, but also to others. So I feel myself very light, with the attitude of keeping myself to acquire knowledge and wisdom from others, and I support myself with the virtue of flexibility. Om Shanti.
This journey, we can call it an inward journey. And this journey definitely, I think, will strengthen the inner core so that when a time comes of confusion and chaos, I can save myself. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
So friends, today we are winding up, and it has been a wonderful journey. Today we understood what wisdom is and how it can be applied. Knowledge, when realized and when we apply it in our day-to-day life, it becomes wisdom, and that wisdom gives us power. So there is two level. We need to be very careful about this. Acquiring a lot of knowledge actually doesn't mean that we can use it all the time. Regular contemplation, thinking about the actual meaning of the knowledge and being an embodiment of the knowledge ourselves. This is what we call wisdom. So today it has been a wonderful journey, and please stay tuned to Peace of Mind channel and to your favorite program, Light of Knowledge. There are still more interesting subjects to come that we need to discuss about this knowledge. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.